Hey, what's up, Lance? It's Robert. Just making a quick video before I step out here today. Make sure not to share this with anyone, obviously. But what I've been working on this weekend and for the last couple of weekends is this thing called the paper template. Parker promoted it in his little group, saying that this is the template he uses to for opt-in pages, sales letters. It converts better than any other mini site design, just because it's simple. Just because here it is. That's all there is to it. And so up until now, you had to know FTP and HTML to make it work, just to make it simple. But we made it even simpler, and now it can work either as is or as a WordPress plugin, which means that we can take any WordPress blog like this and in a couple of clicks turn it into a landing page like this and make as many video pages, opt-in pages, and sales letters on the same blog as you want. So let me just show you what I mean. I've got papertemplate.com. I'm going to log in and just show you that there's no plugins on here, the default theme, no content. Let me just check this out. Plugins, nothing. All right. Posts, nothing. Just the default. Pages, just the default. Okay. So nothing is on this paper template site, but I'm going to install our plugin and allow us to create landing pages right here within WordPress. Go plugins, add new, upload. And I'm going to grab our super secret paper template that we're going to be releasing later this week on our Thursday webinar. Let me upload this. And so we've got this plugin that's now activated that will make a plain piece of paper kind of looking website on our WordPress pages. Now notice that nothing here has changed at all, but in our pages we have all these legal pages that we can show. But what I'm really interested in is the sample page. So WordPress by default has a sample page thing over here. And so here we go. Here's the sample page. And so what I can do is edit this and turn just this part of the blog into a sales letter. Click Edit Page. And then when we edit it, when we scroll down, here's the paper template area. I can say I want to make this the paper template. And I want to, sure, let's just see how that looks right now. So I'm going to view the page and check that out. From just one click, we changed that part of the blog into a sales letter. And if I go and, let's see, how do I get back to the site? If I go to the front page of the blog, I can see that it's still a normal blog, but as soon as we click over onto this sample page, then check it out, now it is a sales letter. So you might want to change a few things up. For example, you might want to hide this from the navigation so that people don't get stuck. They don't go from the blog to this. So we can edit the page, and then we can just say, with one click, I don't want to include this in the navigation, save changes, go back to the front page of the site again, and check it out. Now that sample page is missing, but if we have it right here, we have this, this still exists. So if you go and click on this page right here, here it is. Now let me just go in and change my links really fast. Post name. So now if I check out, let's see, edit sample page. Now the URL is papertemplate.com/sample-page. So maybe I want to just call this one like, sales, right? So once again, I can go to papertemplate.com, and no one's the wiser. This doesn't show up anywhere else, but I can go to papertemplate.com/sales, and for some reason, make sure that it's saved correctly. Sample post. Good thing you're the only one seeing this, right? Let's see, save changes. Cool, now it's on there. Papertemplate/sales. Almost, all right. Post name, save changes. Come on. Oh, I forgot to. All right, this didn't save, I guess. So sales. Okay. Update that. And here we go. So now it works. So once again, papertemplate/sales shows us the sales letter, and obviously if someone's logged out, they won't see this bar at the top. But then we go to just papertemplate.com, and here we go. So that's pretty cool, but what if we want like the opposite, right? We want the sales letter to be the very front page. Well, I'm glad you asked. Scroll down and we can say make this the front page of your entire site. Save those changes, refresh it, and check it out. Now papertemplate.com is on the front page of the site. If we want to go to an individual blog post, we've still got content on the site, but the front page is just this sales letter. So pretty cool, especially if you want to have something for sale. We can just go and edit this. So we can say I'm at the front page, click Edit Page, and I can just go in here and say, this is my headline, this is my subheadline. Let's talk about a few things here. We can add, bullet, bullet, bullet. We can talk some more. And as you can see that when we indent things, we add block quotes. These are like testimonial boxes, cool things like that. So let's update this and view the page. So in just a few clicks, in just a few seconds, we can have a WordPress site. And if we want to format things, let's do that. So let's make this the heading 1. Let's make this the heading 2. And once we save those changes and view the page, you can see that now it's formatted them like real headlines. You can put in links. And so that's all good, but let's make it actually do something. So I want to edit the page. As you can see right down here, it asks where do we want to send people. So let's say that we created a PayPal button. You can just say I want to paste in my link right there to go and buy something. And then I can go and say I want to place this button in the post. Click on that. And then here we go. Now we've got our order button right here wherever we want it. So click on Update, view the page, and then check it out. Now we have a sales letter, but now there's a button here where someone can click and buy something and go to our download page once they're done. So that's kind of cool. And we can format this any way that we want. So for example, if you wanted to put this in a box, click on block quote, and we can say click the button here to claim your access, and then update that and view the page once that's done, and check it out now. Put it in a cool little box where they can click the button and buy. So that's nice, but what if we wanted to create an opt-in page? Well, I'm glad you asked about that too. Just go to New Page, and then we can make a new page, and let's call it something like Free Reports. And we can say claim your free report to discover the worst kept secret in marketing when it comes to list building, how to set up your site in just 2 to 3 minutes flat with no effort, how to repeat it for autopilot income over and over. The only people who get access to this report are the ones who fill in their name and email address below, right? And so we might say free report, how to set up your online business, and then we might make this a heading 1. So I've just filled in a bunch of just stuff, and then obviously because it's WordPress, we can change what the link to this page is. So maybe I want to say that this is going to just be called report, right? So papertemplate.com/report. How about /free? Let's make it like that. That's okay. That's cooler. So we've got that, and I'm just going to scroll down and say I want this to be a paper template, because this way we don't want it to be like a blog looking kind of post. And you know what? I could make this like a wide template if I wanted to put a large video in there or black background. Let's just make it a paper template. I'll publish it and review the page, check it out, and if I don't like any of the formatting, I can just point and click and it's done. But I need to have an opt-in form right here. So I'm going to log into my Aweber account. Whoops, I guess we could already sign in right there. Let me grab that. I'll grab a web form. So we've got this one right here. And I'm just going to right-click and copy this web form off of Aweber. We'll edit the page. And when we scroll down to the call to action, we'll just paste in our Aweber form. Okay, save changes. View the page, and whoops, I forgot to add my button. So let me go in here and say underneath where I pasted, paste order button in the post. Click on that, and now we can have our little button, update that, view the page, and check it out. Now we have our opt-in form, and then we can go back in Aweber and change the way it looks. We can put a box around it. So let me actually put a box around it. So I'm just going to edit the page, and I will select the part I want to box in, click on the quotation, update that. Once that's done, view the page and check it out. Now we've got this. And if I want to add like a headline inside of here, I can just go and say fill in your details here right now, and then I can make that an heading 2 maybe, and update that, and then view the page and check it out. Now I have an opt-in form that's not, it's just another page in the site, right? And if I go at home, I can go and see the sales letter, but I've got a sales letter and an opt-in form. I could use this to make a download page, all kinds of cool stuff. But the thing that's the most important is that we have that webinar coming up on Thursday. So that's what I want to create right now. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a new page, and we'll say free webinar training, and we will let me think about this for a second. Let's make the URL to this papertemplate.com/register, and let me just grab let's see, do I have a webinar page from one of our old school sales letters maybe? Alright, I guess we'll just for now, let me just put nothing here, and let me put in a link to our webinar page. So let me just grab that off screen, right click, and paste in a GoToWebinar link, place it in the post. So now we have a button, click on publish, and let's just see how that looks. Whoops, forgot to set that as a piece of paper. So make this a paper template, save changes, review the page. So right now, just from doing nothing, we now have a opt-in form for a webinar. And if I just fill this in right here, it registers us for a real webinar coming up this January 10th. So pretty awesome. Just from pasting in, it's smart enough to figure out that it's a webinar link. So let me just add in a couple of things, and then we'll mail this out. So let me just say here, let's see, register here, discover, actually let me put the name of the webinar itself, which is called Watch Me Create a Sales Letter Opt-in Form a Video Page in just a few minutes and a few clicks. So register for this Thursday, January 10th training at 2 p.m. Eastern, not to be repeated. And we'll make that a heading 2. Forget everything you thought you knew about setting up web pages, sales letters, opt-in forms, video replay pages, and more, because it just got a heck of a lot easier. And then maybe I'll say something like, you need to register below to discover, let's see, how you can have a web page set up and online in just minutes. No more hiring web designers or taking days. How to increase your conversions and therefore your sales instantly. How to create new opt-in pages, sales letters, and more without knowing FTP, cPanel, HTML. Just click and it's done. You must register below to access this free training. No replay guaranteed. Show up on Thursday, January 10th at 2 p.m. Eastern now. And then we'll make this in a box, so select it, get the quotes, and we should be ready to go. So I can click on View Page, Webinar Training, and check this out. People aren't even going to know this is WordPress. If you view the page source, I guess in a couple places, but after this beginning part, you can't even tell it's WordPress, and it's fast, and it's point and click, and it's pretty much done. So we're going to be promoting this. Here's the URL, papertemplate.com/register, and just to make it easier, what I want to do is make the webinar replay page the front page, and then switch to the sales letter later. So edit page, scroll down, and make this the front page of your entire site. Save changes, and I mean, I haven't even gotten into the really cool stuff, which is where you can fill in different things about your site. Fill in the link to your help desk, affiliate program. Fill in your name, and it will generate the, make the legal forms and all that cool stuff in there. But I guess we'll have time to show all that cool stuff, to show these different auto-generated pages on the live training this coming Thursday, January 10th at 2 p.m. Eastern. So hope that this video kind of showed what we want to show people on Thursday. This new paper template plugin version 2.0, where people can just click around and make any number of pages on their site as they want. Because it's WordPress, it's easy, they're used to it, they can add plugins, and the address to go to is papertemplate.com to get on to the live call. Anyway, Lance, just wanted to show you that. Once again, please don't share this, and I'll see you on the live Thursday webinar. I'm sure I'll talk to you before then, but papertemplate.com to register for the live training. Check it out now. Talk to you later.